Yo, from Kenya, East Africa, MORAA speaking truth. You feel me? Time to clear the air, set things straight.
Hi guys, I hope that you're all doing great. Now, there has been drama after drama, incident after incident, arrest after arrest. Guys, a lot has been going on in the village. Oh my God. And Davy Jr.'s life is actually in danger. Guys, before we talk about that, actually guys, it is serious. Before we talk about that, let me first talk about 𝐷𝐿. I saw him coming out with some weird reaction and I was like seriously? First of all, guys, how can somebody with their own brain, a grown-up, start saying that Goko, is MORAA's wife, and MORAA is Goko's husband, and that is why Goko listens to MORAA, how stupid does that sound? And guys, there is a subscriber of theirs who is Dr. Someone, I've forgotten that name, who is actually a very foolish doctor, to say the least. Because the kind of stuff this person always, types up there, even a fool cannot type that kind of nonsense. Guys, people should realize where Goko has come from. And this 𝐷𝐿 that is allowing such stupidity and condoning it and rubber stamping it and also echoing it on his platform is also another fool. Considering that even him, he knows where he comes from. Guys, because guys, anybody with a brain will realize that Goko was in a very bad place. Honestly, guys. And then MORAA was sent, like an angel from above. He came and rescued this lady. Guys, this lady was in a house that is not a house. Remember, guys, if you look around, her house was the worst. Because I have seen Chacha tales, walk around and say, that's my other grandma's place, and that is my uncle's house. That is, all the other houses are not as bad as grandma's. So grandma was actually, that forgotten person, and, her daughter, could not afford to build her a decent house. Now, MORAA has come, saved this woman, and somebody else comes to start saying that, this woman is listening to MORAA too much. Hey guys, hey, I can tell you for free that somebody who changes your life in that magnitude, yes, you are going to listen to that person. Some of these people are talking like this, haven't they ever gone through any hardship? Or maybe they have gone through small hardships. But Goko's hardships, no. Hers was on another level. Guys, I would not blame Goko for listening to MORAA to the letter. Me, I cannot blame her. Because, putting myself in her shoes, living in such a dilapidated house. This grandson of mine, is unruly. I don't even know what to do with him. Guys, the fact that people came, and, reacted, towards Brian the way they did, by showing him love, by talking to him. Brian actually knows that he's on the radar, people are watching him. So many people. So he is bound to behave, For that reason, he is bound to behave. And also, guys, Brian now has everything that he needs. He's got pocket money, good pocket money. He has everything that he needs in school. He doesn't feel like that abandoned, kid who comes from this very disadvantaged family. He doesn't pity himself. Guys, you don't know what, was going through this orphan's mind. Sometimes people just come to judge, but you really don't know what used to go through this boy's mind for him to act the way he used to act. So when grown-ups sit down and start discussing a woman who was, in such kind of, predicament, coming to talk about her, in a mocking way, talking about she is listening to MORAA too much. So they want her to save her ties with MORAA or what? Yes, I know, guys. I know she has her own brain. She can dispute one or two things that MORAA is telling her. But guys, what has MORAA told her that is wrong? What has MORAA said to this woman that is wrong? About the issue of the money, it was 𝐶HA Tales, Robbie David, and Priska, because they called Priska. So I believe these are the people who made the decision together with grandma herself. This thing of them coming to say that MORAA MORAA was involved. Where was MORAA involved? I doubt, guys. I highly doubt if MORAA was involved in this 3,100 shillings shenanigans. I highly doubt. So there's nothing, according to me, that MORAA has said to Goko that is wrong. If MORAA suggests something like, Goko, can we do this, this, and that? If Goko says yes, it's not something that is going to affect Goko's life. It's not something bad. Guys, if somebody built me a house, like if I was, in that kind of predicament and somebody built me a house like that, if they tell me, what do you think? Should we paint color black there? I'll say yes. Seriously. So what? I have the house. So even if it's painted black, so what? I mean, guys, I hope you understand what I'm talking about. It depends on the kind of trauma, the kind of hurt, the kind of hardship, the kind of poverty this person has seen. They don't care if the person who's helping them is telling them, let's paint the house color indigo. They don't give, guys. Those are small things that if MORAA said to her and she said yes, I mean, to me, there's no big deal. It's not like MORAA is making, we have not seen MORAA make, those, very serious, decisions about her family or something, guys. So I feel like 𝐷𝐿 and this team of his, they are just, they're fools. For lack of a better word. Like, seriously, guys, it does not make sense. And guys, what surprised me is that JT actually watched 𝐶HA Tales' video because he was playing the clips up there, But then somebody told 𝐷𝐿 that 𝐶HA Tales did not get the money to the orphanage. And then 𝐷𝐿 agreed. I was like, what? Guys, 𝐷𝐿 agreed. And in that same video that he was using, for his video, for his live stream, 𝐶HA Tales actually goes to the market, guys, with the money that Goko gave him, the 3,100 shillings. 𝐶HA Tales buys rice, worth that amount of money on camera, guys. And he takes that rice to the children's home and even speaks to the director of the children's home. But 𝐷𝐿 did not see that. No, he did not. He only saw those parts that he wants to see. And when somebody asked him, or rather told him that, 𝐶HA Tales did not get the money to the orphanage, 𝐷𝐿 agreed and said, yes, of course, there's no way that money got to the orphanage. So what is this? Which money did 𝐶HA Tales use to buy, the rice? And by the way, guys, I remember on his previous live stream, he was, talking about, everything was done on camera. Max 1 brought the money, counted it right on camera, and gave it to Abobo right on camera. And Abobo in turn also went to Goko's house, counted the money right in front of the camera, and gave it to Goko. How come this money that Chacha Tales is saying, bought or rather was taken to the orphanage, how come this thing was not done on camera? And I remember looking at him and wondering, what's this guy talking about? So I figured maybe he hadn't watched Chacha Tales video. But guys, why come out and start saying stuff like that? And yet you have not even watched the videos to confirm or to see if it happened or if it didn't. So now, even after the video, after him watching the video and seeing exactly how things were done very transparently, he still comes on and agrees, instead of telling this subscriber, no, this money actually went to the orphanage. Chacha Tales bought the rice, and he could have even played those clips there. That is how bad mind this Gaty is. Always trying to cause chaos, cause drama, cause mayhem. I've always said that, guys. Tell me, if you come to my comment section, some people have written to me and said, MORAA, this, that, and the other. I said no, because I watched the video and it was like this, that, and like this. I cannot come and agree with you, and clearly you're saying that something that is not true. So that is how these people are. And when you come out here and talk about them, they're like, oh, those people are mad, they're crazy, they're marwas, I don't know, whatever. It is a shame, guys. It is a shame that you have a podcast full of lies, just making up stories, talking about things that are not neither here nor there, things that don't matter, and just, being outright jealous. Shame on this combo podcast. So now Ernesto came out to do a video talking about, this issue of his brother being arrested. He began by telling us about, parables about how money cannot help somebody all the time, no matter how rich you are. Money cannot help you. Sometimes you may be at the hospital with this sickness that money cannot help you. All this stuff, guys. We all know that Moremi has brought, this thing, whatever is happening to him, upon himself. Guys, Moremi is the one who was beating up his wife. Moremi is the one who dared his wife to leave. Moremi is the one who went to Davy Jnr's site, to provoke him. It is Moremi who has done all this to himself. And the funny thing is that Ernesto is trying to say that he does not know, the actual reason as to why his brother was arrested. So he was talking about, I'm just hearing rumors that, he went to Davy Jnr's site and insulted Davy Jnr, and that is why he was arrested. Guys, this guy is playing dumb, because he is actually, doing a YouTube video. He is on YouTube, guys. And he does not know why his brother was arrested. And yet, there's a video on YouTube, the same platform that he's on, a video that shows exactly what happened. Guys, we all know that, Moremi did not just insult Davy Jnr. He actually threatened him, and it was a bad threat, guys. So this person, Ernesto, coming out here to pretend not to know what is going on, is actually very foolish. But then there's one thing that he said, that his father, went to Conrad's dad so that he can discuss with him about this issue, and so that he can, request him, beg him to talk to Davy Jnr, so that Davy Jnr can drop this charges, so that Davy Jnr can release Moremi from police custody. Guys, let us listen to this.
Some rumors that the reason being why he was just arrested is because he decided to go to the place where he's just Davy Jnr is just building for. There is a mom, there is a grandma that he's just building for. There is a place there. in another village. He's just building for her. So I just hear that Murimi went there, and he was just removing some abusing words. So that is the reason they decided to call the police, and they put him in the jail, in the custody. Right now he's in the custody, but in Nyabuhansi police station over here. By evening, they will decided if he will be taken to the to Border Sirare police station there. You know, this is a post. This is like a post, and there is a police station over here in the Sirare. So they are just we are just waiting to see what is the reaction, what they will be deciding. Because right now, as we are just speaking, my father has went to the conduct. My father has gone to the conduct to if he can talk to his son in order to stop what he just doing. He has went there to speak. Actually, he has not come back. I'm just waiting to see to hear what the conversation, how the conversation was going.
Guys, remember when these two, cousins, Ernesto and Mogesi, used to come out and do very bad videos insulting MORAA, insulting everybody in their family. Remember how MORAA, went to their parents to talk to them. When Ernesto spoke about his father going to talk to Conrad's dad, that's what came to my mind. And I remember each time MORAA went to talk to their father, so that he can talk to them to stop the nonsense that they were doing. They came out, each time to do videos mocking MORAA, insulting him even more. So now it is their turn, for them to go and have Conrad's dad, talk to Davy Jnr. So Ernesto, what makes you think that it is your right, or that Conrad's dad should actually, hear, or listen to what your father is telling him? Because this Ernesto came out to say that, I know that Moremi is not gonna sleep in the cells. I know that he's gonna come out no matter what. This Ernesto is another fool. Today in this video, he is pretending to be so nice. I'm not going to talk about that Jiga's family, calling them Jiga family. I'm going to call them by their names. Because then why has he been on the streets calling Marwa Kenge? Calling calling DeeMwango a devil? Why? Is it because now his brother has been arrested, so now he has to become so nice, so people can forget all the nonsense that he was doing on the streets? Ernesto, when you guys were out here misbehaving, MORAA came to talk to your father, and you guys came out here not once, not twice, but numerous times to insult him. So you should actually now be feeling how it feels. Because you people never thought that you would need, MORAA's family to help you guys in any way. Guys, when people do crazy stuff and then the law catches up with them, this is how they start to make you feel guilty. Even if you have money, you don't have to do this. Even people who have money, they become sick, and sometimes the sicknesses, they cannot be healed by money. All these kinds of nonsense that he's talking out here on the streets. Ernesto, style up. You people have been out here on the streets doing the worst and never expecting to be arrested. This time around, things are not, as usual. Even Gintu, he's got a case. So you all better behave. That is my advice to you. Guys, it is so sad to see how Moremi has become a wreck. He is confused, like he doesn't know himself. This man has now realized that his wife was important. Remember, guys, on that day that Davy Jr. was filming them, this man was telling the woman, take your stuff and leave, pack and go. The woman even said, Halima, she said that at some point, this man kicked her out and brought in another woman. That is how, bad this man used to treat Halima. But now, this man comes to Davy Jr.'s side and starts talking about he wants his wife back. Davy Jr. said to him, the wife that you used to mistreat, that wife is already gone. She's been taken by the government. This man was so angry. He actually insulted Davy Jr. and threatened him. Guys, I don't care about the insult part, but the threatening part. And, telling somebody that you're going to go, down under, and, I know that money, can never help you. You cannot be using your money to spoil my name. He said that to Davy Jnr. so many times, and personally, I feel like, Davy Jr. should not take this threat lightly. This guy has gone berserk. This guy has gone crazy. Sometimes when people threaten you and you just come out and say there's nothing they can do, blah, blah. But I know Davy Jr., he takes things seriously. This guy actually threatened Davy Jr. like, he threatened Davy Jr.'s life. Let me put it that way. And that is why at the end, at the end of their confrontation, when he took off with his motorbike, Davy Jr. was following him and asking him, are you really threatening me in front of the camera? Did you just threaten me in front of the camera? Have you just threatened me? You're threatening me? Davy Jr. kept asking him, and the guy kept repeating, you cannot use money to mess up my life. You, Davy Jr., I swear. The guy swore. And that is Morimi. He swore. And he told Davy Jr., you're there. Davy Jr., I swear. And guys, if you read between the lines, actually, you don't even need to read between the lines. This guy actually said to Davy Jr., you will go down. As in, down. You understand what I'm saying? And money is nothing. And he even told Davy Jr., you think money is more important than a human being's life? And he kept on saying this thing about you are going to go down. Guys, is he going to take Davy Jr. down? This guy is nuts. This guy can do anything. This guy can, stalk Davy Jr. This guy can, when Davy Jr. is alone somewhere in the village, guys, Davy Jr. should be careful. Somebody tell Davy Jr. to take care. My goodness. I think, this thing of helping people is good, but, hey, it can actually bring you problems. Guys, according to me, Davy Jr. should be very, very careful. Very careful. This guy is hurt. He's hurt to the core. So after the confrontation, where Davy Jr. even told this guy, we tried to help you. We bought you goats. We tried our level best. But you were just something else. This guy, in turn, was insulting Davy Jr., telling Davy Jr. that he swears that Davy Jr., I know you're there. Davy Jr., you're there, I swear. Guys, you don't know what this guy was swearing about. You don't know what he said, he meant by the words that he was uttering out there at the site. After all that, Davy Jr. felt threatened, which is normal, guys. And he decided to call the cops. Oh, yes.
That guy is very, very, very evil. I just need to alert the police. He can't leave from where he is to come and bring his jokes here. I can't. I don't know. I just need to call the police right now so that we can deal with him. That guy is becoming a nuisance, guys. So I just need to go report to the police. They deal with him. I just need to go report them at to be just on a safer side, because he can't bring his jokes where I'm building. Imagine, you know.
And within no time, this dude was actually in police custody and he was begging for his freedom. Guys, it was a pitiful sight. This guy was kneeling down. He was begging Davy Jr. He was crying. My goodness. What a shame, guys. What a shame.
Sheria ifuate na nakumulika, sheria ifuate. Sawa?
I'm sorry. Okay, David.
Mimi sicheki na wewe.
Okay. Before this.
Umenizoea sana.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Let the law take its course.
Okay. Sikia basi. Nisikie bro.
You won't be coming to disturb me.
Okay. This is ona. Hizi ni pingu bro. Ona, nisikilize basi, nisamee basi. Ona, sitawahi kukusumbua na sitawahi haki ya Mungu hivi mra. Mungu moja, Mungu shahidi. Ona mra, nakupigia magoti bro. Sitawahi. Nisamee tu bro.
Acha mimi niite mashahidi.
Wacha mashahidi.
Acha niite mashahidi.
Nisikie bro. I'm sorry for this.
Acha niite mashahidi.
No bro. I'm sorry for this. No. I'm sorry for this, brother.
Kabisa.
Honor. I'm sorry for this. No.
Kabisa.
Honor. I'm sorry for this.
Acha niwaite.
Acha David. No.
Sorry for what?
Okay.
Acha niwaite.
Sitawahi bro, tena kukusumbua. Sitawahi tena kukufuatilia. Sitawahi kukurusha neno lolote. Hata mama alikuwa ananiambia kwa Okay bro. Okay brother. David.
Guys, this is so sad. You know, a grown-ass man having to kneel down to beg for his freedom like this. I mean, this is too bad. You know, this is too bad. You know, this guy, if he feels aggrieved, if he feels like people have done him wrong, why not just go to the authorities? You know, if you want your wife back, why not find out the channels that you can follow? Maybe, I don't know if you can get her back. Just try something else other than coming, to stalk somebody, going to their construction site. And, this can also now get you into jail. Why not just do things the right way? Because I feel like if he continues like this, then he will just end up in jail. And guys, this guy has gone berserk at this point. People should be really careful about him. Davy Jr. being, one of them, especially Davy Jr. This is not a laughing matter. This is serious. And people should, advise Davy Jr. accordingly to try and be safe. Because you never know, guys. When somebody swears the way Moremi did, when somebody says the things Moremi said, some people, most people don't act on their threats, but a few crazy people actually do. So for me, all I can just say to Davy Jr. is please be very, very careful. Be careful about this guy. So guys, I saw a couple of messages, comments at the comment section, which were very encouraging to Davy Jr., just good messages, good advice. And I just want to sample like 3, just a few. So this one said, bro, don't let this guy leave the police station. He is a risk to you. Don't listen to him. Another one said, please be very careful with Moremi because you won't know his plan. He is broken and anything can happen. Just be safe. I guess they wanted to say just be safe. We care for you, doing wonderful things to the needy. That's right. Guys, I think that's enough. Just those two messages tell you that people are actually concerned, about Davy Jr. They want him to be safe. And they have recognized the danger that is lacking, And so they're telling him to watch out, just try and be safe, of course, now that he knows that this guy is actually not okay, And for Moremi's family, please talk to your person. Talk to this family member of yours. Try to make him understand, that all these things, honestly, guys, he has brought them upon himself, and there are better ways that he can solve them other than going to harass somebody at their site where they are working, So let me know what you think about this video, guys. Give me your thoughts, sentiments, express yourself in the comment section. Let us discuss about this. If you have not liked this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe, and let us meet in the next one. Bye-bye, guys.
I educate, put things straight, that's my fate. Truth teller, reality checker. Truth teller, I'm your protector from the lies and the fake narrative. Truth is what I got to give. Speak the truth, speak the truth. Speak it to set you free. Speak the truth, speak the truth. It's MORAA, your African daughter. Don't pay